Hi, this is Stephanie Manley with Copycat.com. Today I'm going to show you how I make roasted Brussels sprouts with bacon. This has become one of my favorite ways to make Brussels sprouts, and I love to make this whenever I have a large gathering. So you're going to begin by chopping up bacon. I'm using a thick cut of bacon here. I like using thick bacon for this because it stays nice and hearty, and this bacon needs to have a little bit of pre-cooking process, and it's going to go ahead and get roasted in the oven. So I think the thick bacon holds up a little bit better. Now while my bacon is browning, I'm going to go ahead and chop up one medium to a large sized red onion. I like to use red onion in here because it's really colorful and it has a great flavor. So that's my choice for the red onion. And then I need to go ahead and prep my Brussels sprouts. Now, if my Brussels sprouts aren't too big, I like to just chop them in half. But if they're a little bit larger, I like to go ahead and quarter them, because I don't want to overcook them. I think if Brussels sprouts get overcooked, they have a sulfuric taste and they get a little bitter. So we want these to be tender and, well, almost sweet. Then I'm going to lay out all of my ingredients onto a baking sheet. I'm just using a regular plain old cookie sheet right here. And I'm going to lay all my Brussels sprouts out. I want to spread them out kind of evenly. And I like to pick out the loose leaves because they turn into charred, burnt bits. And you know what? Burnt food is rarely tasty. So I like to go ahead and pull those out. So now we're going to go ahead and assemble our roasted goodness here. So I am just adding my chopped red onion here, and the next thing I'm going to do is grab that half-cooked bacon. And again, I only half cook it because I want it to finish cooking while the Brussels sprouts are roasting. And if you brown it completely to start with, it's gonna be overcooked and crisp, and it's gonna be way too crisp, and it's not gonna be very enjoyable. So half cook it, and if you don't cook it, it doesn't cook enough, so cook it part of the way. Then I'm going to add a little bit of salt and fresh cracked black pepper. I think this adds a nice little touch right here. And then I'm going to drizzle a little bit of oil on this. And I know what you're thinking, Stephanie, you got a lot going on with the bacon here, but we really need to protect the Brussels sprouts, and the oil will help protect the Brussels sprouts so we don't end up with dry, burnt bits. So I'm just going to drizzle on some oil here, and then I'm going to stir this through, and about halfway through the cooking process I'm going to pop this out of the oven and check and make sure everything looks good. My oven's at 425 degrees. So here we're about halfway out of the cooking process. You can see everything's starting to brown really well right now. I had a few little bits that were dry, so I was going to add a little bit more oil in and give it a quick stir. And I'm going to pop this back into the oven and pull it out. For the exact recipe and ingredients, please go to copycat.com and enjoy my roasted Brussels sprouts.